he took advantage of somebody in a fucked up situation. First of all,
Mhm.
you broke his arm.
Well, I mean, it was, but it wasn't. It wasn't. Actually, maybe it was because they told him not to use that bathtub.
Yeah, we're just gonna start this shit live.
That's why I said I'm mad that I liked it. Like I'm really pissed.
He's Chinese.
Welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast.
So, yeah, this movie, me and the wife watch it, and I was like, yo, I really want to punch this guy in the fucking face. Like it's like, you know how they're like, well, he's a flawed character. No, this guy's a dick. Yo, I ain't never seen a 2026 fuckboy in a period piece from like the 50s. Like
Pretty much, that's exactly what he is. Like, so say that again, just in case this recording didn't catch that right. Say that again because that's actually a very apt description.
He's a 2026 fuckboy in a 1950s movie.
Yes.
Like, bro, like if you just like took him out and super transposed him in another movie or like in Euphoria, he'll fucking match.
Yeah,
like, he's a fucking prick, bro.
He's a straight up just like frat boy.
Like, I don't like him. I don't like anything that he did. Like, bro, legitimately, I hate his character.
Well, before we dive deeper into that, welcome to the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast featuring Marcos. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka the Gray Man, in the 2X gray sweatshirt. I'm very happy about that.
All right, before we get started, thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit the button, hit the like, all that. Tell your friends about us. You know, you can catch us here on YouTube, on your favorite podcast network. Wherever you get your favorite podcast, just check us out. Leave comments, leave reviews, let people know what, whether you like us or you don't. Let us know what you want to see from us, because we've been working at this for a couple of years, but we appreciate each and every one of y'all that, take the time to listen to us be morons and talk about,
sometimes I appreciate our listeners more than I appreciate you sometimes.
That's because you and the listeners is listening to that whack ass song.
I ain't never seen you defend yourself so much.
It's not a great song.
I had people DMing me, friends of mine. It was like, yo, man, your boy's whack. Like, what? But so today's movie that we're discussing is Marty 6'7".
Well, here's the thing. Again, so obviously we both wanted to do this movie because this movie's gotten a lot of buzz in the
throw the whole shit in the bin. Like this movie, if this movie beats fucking Sinners, bro, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where it's like, okay, like I can see why the movie we saw is obviously, Marty Supreme, and I can see why he got the award for best actor because his performance is tremendous.
Is it? And people, I don't know anything about Timothee Chalamet.
Yeah,
like I wasn't a fan of Dune, not because of him, but because like that's the one movie. Like there's certain IPs that I can't get into, and I know I'm gonna probably get dragged. One of them is Dune, and one of them, which is the one about the replicants. That there's like multiple cuts of it with Harrison Ford from the 80s.
Fucking Blade Runner.
Yeah, like it's one of those things. Like if I gotta sit and pay attention and like rewatch something because it doesn't catch me. No. Hold on. I'm not saying I don't pay attention, but it's like, like with Dune, like I had to keep rewatching that movie to the point that I just gave up. I was just like, man, like this ain't for me.
I'm gonna be honest with you, like I really did not like Dune 1. I like Dune 2. I think it maybe is because I don't know if it was maybe it was a little more grand, like it was a little more action, but I didn't really care for Dune 1, but I like Dune 2. I actually like Rebel Moon better than Dune 1.
Bro, both movies kind of like I was like, okay, cool. And we did Rebel Moon together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So Marty Supreme, like again, I can see why Timothee Chalamet is getting a lot of awards buzz for this movie.
So going back to my point, like, because I don't know a lot about him, like being who he is and the year that we at and his popularity, I would think that that's just him. Like that's Timothee Chalamet, like as a person. Like he's a fucking dick. Like
you feel like he was playing himself?
Yeah, bro. Like all jokes aside, like I don't know him, but it's like think about it. You're the hot king shit now of Hollywood. You know, you really haven't done anything that resonates with me, or like you know what I mean, like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like I know I keep saying you know what I mean over and over, but it's like he's not for me, and I get this role is his character shift to be the actor. Like he's trying to take Leo's spot.
Yeah,
like kind of like when Leo was like this MTV crush guy.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden he did Titanic, and it was like, oh, that's Leo now. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is not for my age group. And
I think it's like I actually think it's perfectly for your age group. I just think you might have more of your palette is more towards pop culture stuff. So it's kind of like, you know, because to me, this is kind of like when his run is kind of like when Shia LaBeouf was doing Eagle Eye and then Transformers and then Disturbia. Like he had this.
But I like Shia LaBeouf.
No, but here's the thing.
To my detriment. I really
no, me too. He's one of my favorite actors. He's one of my favorite actors. But what I'm saying is this run for Timothee Chalamet is the same run, like kind of run for Shia LaBeouf, except his genre and his choice of movies was more to your liking. Whereas, you know, Timothy's more in the artsy movies or the movie, or well, other than like Willy Wonka and shit like that. But he's doing those movies that are getting a lot more critical acclaim, but not necessarily the monetary gain.
But before we started recording, we were talking about I mentioned, or maybe I just mentioned earlier, like Marty Supreme can fit in Euphoria, but the actor from there, the one that played the bully, that he was in another controversial movie.
Yeah. Huh? I don't know his name, but I know who you're talking about.
But remember the other movie that took everybody by storm like a year ago or a year and a half ago? That it was like, oh my God. I never watched it, but my wife was telling me about it.
I don't know what movie you're talking about, bro.
It's the guy from Euphoria. Matter of fact, I'm gonna look him up right now.
I liked Marty Supreme. Again, Marty Supreme is in the same vein as Uncut Gems, and it's a character piece. You're watching some dude just like crash out essentially because in Marty Supreme, he's singularly focused.
So my wife said that this is very similar to Saltburn. That was the movie that I was talking
that shit.
About. It's like she said I can see where this is made in that same vein. Because
I'm not gonna agree with that at all. Saltburn.
I never seen Saltburn. I never seen it.
Listen, Saltburn.
Once I heard my mother-in-law talking about a certain scene, I was like, I'm done. I can't. Nope.
No. Listen. There's 3 different scenes where that statement can apply to in that movie.
It's like it's the equivalent of me sitting down and like, you know, if my mom was super American and she wasn't, like, and she was like, what was it? 50 Shades of Grey. He's like, oh man, that Mr. Grey when he took out the whips and started like, I'll be like, what the? Why are we sitting here? Why are we talking about this? That's how she casually brought up Saltburn. And then, like, I can see my wife's face dropping. Like, why are we talking about this, Mom?
No, but the thing is, in Saltburn, it felt like they were kind of trying to. If there was things in that movie where I felt like it just had no bearing on the story, they felt like they were just trying to push the bar further forward. And I don't know if it was necessary. To me, I don't necessarily see the connection.
So, well, she said that the lead is not it's not likable. That's what she was kind of. So
yeah, I can see that.
So this movie, my issue is like the movie he's a self-titled character, and you mentioned Uncut Gems, but in Uncut Gems, Adam Sandler had an earnest to his character that you still, in his eyes, you still liked him. He was very flawed, but Marty Supreme, I don't think he was genuine to anybody. So, like, throughout the movie, I just kept hating him and hating him and hating him to the point that when he got his redemption, I felt like it was unearned. Like,
Okay.
Like, and that was my thing.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. But to me, it's one thing. It's when you see somebody who literally sacrifices everything in his life for this one goal.
I mean,
I couldn't do it. I wouldn't do it, but I can. When somebody does that, there's a part of me that goes, man, like that's something. That's not something to inspire to, but that's something to like.
It's not, I don't know, something about that. He literally lied. He lied, stole, and cheated his way to a shitty outcome, bro. Like from the onset, like he's fucking a married woman off rip, and then he's fuckboying her, like in a way that like he's like, yo, he treats her like shit. This movie, yes, she's flawed herself, but bro, off rip, he's treating her like she ain't shit,
bro.
And then he steals from his family, and none of that was noble.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like when he's
so he steals from his family.
Hold on. I know what you're gonna say. Yep. He told his uncle, "You owe me that," but no, I think a lot of that money was money he was also borrowing from his uncle. So that's why he did that fucked up shit. Like that right there, yo, you don't steal from family, dog.
No, you don't steal from family. You don't steal from family. I get it. But what I'm saying is, I think to him, again, he was so focused on this one thing, whether you agree that this thing is worth being focused on or not. He was so focused on it that he literally sacrificed and threw everything in the rest of his life into the furnace in order to try to achieve this thing that, ultimately didn't mean much of anything.
Two different ways. You say sacrifice. I think he stepped over everybody and like brought them to ruin so he could get a leg up in his goal. That honestly, like he did so many things. Like everybody that he touched in the movie, he fucked up their life. Like
I agree to that.
The mom, he fucked her up because the mom is being supported by the uncle, and he's still using the mom. He's staying at her place, not respecting her rules, not even listening to her, ignoring her. Like I thought the shoe was gonna drop on the other foot. Like maybe she abused him when he was young. No, he was just a shitty son. And then we can go chronologically through it. And then the best friend, a guy that believes in him.
That's Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts,
bro.
I was like, I ain't seen this man in a minute,
bro. He believed in him so much.
Yeah.
And then at the end, for him to fuck him over, bro.
Listen, I'm not saying he was a redeemable character because I feel the same way. I feel like he was the type of character that was like, fuck everyone else. I'm just trying to get mine, and it doesn't matter who I fuck over to get it.
And then I didn't understand why people chose to be in his life. Like, his character was it Freddie, his homeboy that was played by Tyler the Creator. I forgot.
I think it was Willie or Wiley or something like that.
Yeah. Yo, my man kept telling him, yo, I have kids as a family. So when they got that lick off, when he hustled the players for ping pong, he was in the middle before they got interrupted. He was in the middle of saying like, hey man, I'm gonna give you your portion later. Like he was gonna play his homeboy out regardless.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, yo,
I'm not. Listen. I think you're I'm not saying he was a good character. I'm not saying he was a redeemable character. I'm just saying when somebody's going through that, that's fun to watch. It's entertaining to watch somebody go through that kind of shit.
He's a user and an abuser.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that kind of person in my life. Fuck that. Because clearly he's charming enough that he could actually talk these people into doing this kind of shit.
Bro, he reminded me of the opposite. And this is another movie that my wife gave it a comparison to. Catch Me If You Can. He was a shitty version of that. Like a real shitty version. Like at least with Leo, he's like, man, I have dreams of grandeur, like delusions of grandeur. He's like, I want to live the lifestyle. But like, yo, this motherfucker checks into this hotel for no reason other than he was like, I don't want to be here. Like, what kind of entitlement is this, bro?
Yeah.
Like,
no, seriously,
his problems. You said he sacrificed, but his problems, a crutch that he had was self-imposed. If he would have just stayed where all the athletes were, he would have been invited back. He would have not owned the $1,500. He would have not had to do half of the shit that he did.
Yeah, I think sacrifice is the wrong word. I agree. I more agree with you when you say, he basically threw everyone under the bus in order to get what he wanted out of life.
Yeah. Like, think about this. And I'm like, man, like, if I come to you like, yo, Surratt, dog, I don't know what I'm gonna do, man. I'm short on money, bro. And then you turn to me and you're like, all right, let's figure this out. What you did? I was like, well, man, you know what? I went out last night and I bought like 7 bottles of champagne. So I spent the money that I already had, or I caused myself into going to debt that now it's causing me. Like, yo, if he literally just did one thing in the movie, and the whole movie would have changed. If he would have been like, you know what? If he was truly about his goal, like you say he was,
I didn't say he was
head down.
Okay, go ahead
and play the tournament and stay wherever the fuck he was.
No, he was truly about his goal of reaching this thing. The problem is he wanted the quickest route there, and he wanted all the adulation with it. He wasn't.
And he didn't earn none of that.
No, he didn't earn any of it. He was very good at what he did, but he wanted to be treated better than he actually was worth.
He burned everybody, bro. Even the Japanese rival. Why are you gonna destroy this man off of your ego? He agreed to do this thing, and because he had a tantrum, because he didn't research, he didn't do anything, because the guy was like, why the fuck am I gonna let you in the tournament, dog? Like, yo, he's been competing for how many years?
Yeah.
And he doesn't know that there's deadlines. And the audacity, and the Indian guy that ran the tournament like laughed at him. He was like, so you think I'm gonna reshuffle a tournament for you? One player.
Yeah. Because he had a higher sense of his self-worth and stuff like that. I completely agree. He's a shitty character, and you're watching a shitty character go through it and basically get what's coming to him because a regular,
you know what would have ended the movie better for me?
What's that?
Like, if I could rewrite this movie, would be that the Asian guy beats him, kind of like a little bit of the medicine in just one of the guys.
Yeah,
like Asian guy beats him, and he realizes like, fuck, I am not that good. I just think I am.
And now he's
and then at the end, and then at the end, when he gets back to the hospital, the girl gives birth to a black kid.
You know what I think is maybe this is unintentional. I thought this was funny, but I also thought it was actually very, poignant to the moment. When he calls the nurse and she brings the baby over, that baby's looking at him like, who the fuck is you? You my you my dad? Get the fuck out of here. He just had this look on his face like, man, like you piece of shit. You're my dad.
As we talk about this, you know why I didn't like this character?
Why?
Because he literally was a definition of main character syndrome.
Yeah.
Like clearly, he's like, I don't give a fuck about nobody's life.
I didn't care for his character. I loved Chalamet's portrayal. As far as the character as written, I didn't care for him. If he's a person I met on the street, I'm like, I could do it without you. I was curious to see how all these other people's interactions with him were going to turn out. Because, I felt bad for the guy who got his arm broken trying to wash his dog, the mobster. And he paid him to just go bring his dog to the vet. That's all he had to do. All you had to do is bring the dog to the vet, and you would have been in the favor of somebody with a lot of fucking money.
First of all, he's a piece of shit because he took advantage of somebody in a fucked up situation. First of all, you broke his arm.
Well, I mean, it wasn't. Actually, maybe it was because they told him not to use that fucking bathtub.
Everything is self-imposed. It's like if I punch myself and I'm like, man, I got punched. It's like, motherfucker, you doing it to yourself.
But see, the one moment in the movie for me, the one moment in the movie for me where I was like, the audacity of this motherfucker is when he realized the girl's black eye was makeup. And then he tried to gaslight her into being like, I do all this shit for you. And I'm like, bruh, she's been by your side. This is your baby. She's just trying to help you out, bro.
First of all, okay. So this is what I want to know. Again, he has main character syndrome. So if you could stay at the racket club office the entire time, why do you force yourself onto your friend's house?
Because he feels like he deserves to be in a better place.
Yeah. And at the end, when he sent the girl back home, he could have easily been like, yo, let's just go to the office.
No, here's the thing. He could have been like, hey, come stay with me at my mom's house. Because I think the mom would have been okay with it. When they find out, hey, she's here, she's pregnant. I was looking at it, I was like, just tell her to go stay with the mom. Because you're trying to find a place for her to live. Just go stay with your mom.
And they tried so hard to make the husband seem like a woman beater. But the motherfucker was wronged by everybody in that movie, dog.
Yeah.
Like, he did not lay head. Yo, what did he do? He was throwing shit and being loud, and the neighbors came in like, if this nigga fucking beat the shit out of her. They were like, are you okay? It's like, no, bitch, he was on your son's cock. That's why I'm not okay right now. Like, fuck. And then there was no resolution to any relationship.
Yeah.
Never got cool with Tyler, the creator. The mom disregarded her as he walked in. They try to give this cool scene where he kind of like said what's up. Didn't acknowledge anybody. Exploded the marriage.
Yeah, fucked over the rich actress lady and her husband.
Yeah, like fucked over him and her. And yo, like, you know what gave me like the cringe meter super high?
What's that?
Is when this motherfucker did not give a shit about anything. Saw that she was in distress with the whole review thing, and he kept violating everybody. She's like, hey, I will come out. And this motherfucker, he went into the party.
Yeah.
Like, what if the husband would have had 2 cents and he wasn't drunk and was like, yo, I want to humiliate you? What if he's like, bitch, what are you doing in my house?
Yeah.
Like right now, what are you doing right now? Like, that would have been insane.
Yeah. And that's okay. And that's probably one of my biggest issues with the movie, as far as like, because again, I like the movie, but you're watching a portrait of someone's life. So there's a lot of instances in the movie where it kind of just feels like it goes from one thing to the next. Yep. And it's like, and you know, to someone watching it, it might not feel like a full story, or it might not feel like there's anything, you know, to be wrapped up, or it's like a full circle, you know, telling. I don't know. I just think, to me, like I understood it. I get what they were going for, but for a regular person watching this movie, they might watch it like, nothing really happened. You just watch this dude fuck everybody over.
Happened. He's a piece of shit. Like, yo, there was no redeemable quality. Yeah. Like not at all. And that's what I like. And then,
you have you ever had any people in your life like that?
Yeah, that's like, these are motherfuckers that you don't deal with. You know what I mean? These are the type of guys that take, and they have no redeemable qualities. He's the type of dude that yo, he'll be like, hey man, like my girl kicked me out or whatever. Can I have a place to crash? And you'll be like, all right, bet. And then he'll see that you have like your rent money in an envelope. He'll steal your rent money. Yeah. And disappear.
Yeah.
And then be like, what are you talking about? That I didn't touch nothing.
My mom told me this story about like a family member back in Cambodia. Like, you know, my mom, she like, you know, in Cambodia, if you can send money to help family and stuff like that, but like sometimes they would send jewelry, and like you'd have like some gold or whatever. And like whenever the family needed money, you just take off a link and go trade it in, get some money or whatever. And there was this family member that like my mom had sent some jewelry to, and they found out that it was there and whatever. And in the middle of the night, just stole all the jewelry and took off. Yeah. I've had other personal experiences with stuff like that. Like, I don't want to put it on the pod, but there's been people where I'm like, to this day, I just don't look at them the same. Sometimes we're in the same vicinity, and you know, I'm cordial, but I keep an eye on that person. I'm just like, nah, I don't trust you.
Here's the thing about that. I've seen my mom get burnt like that, to the point that I am too over like cautious. You know what I mean? Yep. Like I start questioning relationships with people, or like let's say like you know what I mean? Like if I have my wallet, like I won't make it obvious, because I leave my wallet on my door counter. But if I'm having guests or whatever, I'll make sure I put it in the bedroom. Not even because I don't trust him, it's because I wouldn't know how to handle a situation like that. Yeah. Where I know you took something from me. Yeah. And you know, like if it, like, you know what I mean? Like if it's me and you somewhere. Yeah. Like let's say I'm like, you know, when I've crashed with you on the road, and Like I wake up.
I walk away with just CPAP.
No, not even that. Like something crazy. Like I left my wallet like on the counter, and then like it had $600, and then I wake up and there's no money there. It's like, motherfucker, it's just me.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird. Okay, so it's one of those like I had an instance again with family and stuff that happened, and it's like, and I always wondered how I would react in that situation. And in the end, it was one of those things where it was like, I'm 90% sure this motherfucker stole some shit, but I have no evidence or proof that I can say he took it. So I'm not the type that's going to accuse you unless I know for sure. So now it's like, I'm not accusing you, but just know I'm keeping my eye on you every step of the way, everything we do. Like there's never going to be a moment where I'm like, I don't have a suspicious eye towards you.
But it's not even, and you know what kills me? Like I understand necessity is key.
Yeah.
But if you're just doing just to do it,
yeah.
Like you know what I mean? And you know it's setting me back.
Yeah.
And putting me in a bad position.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like I've seen, like, you know, like I've grown up in New York, and like I've seen friends of mine where, you know, like they'll sell a little bit of weed.
Yeah.
But like, let's say if like you have earned your money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you take most of your profit and you double down on the product, and you get more weed to sell.
Yeah.
But then you have your homeboy come over and he steals all your weed. It's like, bro, like, why are you doing that? Like it's textbook definition of crabs in a barrel. And I felt like Marty Supreme was the biggest crab in this entire movie.
Yeah. He
like,
really
bro,
was.
What would happen if Tyler, the Creator's character would have lost his job? He has a kid and wife.
Yeah.
And I'm almost certain like he was fearful of getting fired. And I think when he met him at the racquetball at the ping pong club or whatever, when he was like, he looked at him like it's funny because I almost felt like he was trying to signal Tyler, but Tyler was kind of like, I'm not getting involved. Then he kept on playing this game.
That's kind of how I felt too. I saw that and I saw like, okay, like he's like, hey, what up, Marty? What up? And he sees Marty walking away with this dude. And in that instance, I think in his mind, he's like, oh, Marty just got himself into some shit that he can't get out of.
Yep.
Like
let's continue the game, dog.
Exactly. And sometimes I hate feeling like that, but sometimes, you know, you have those friends where you're like, sorry, I gotta let you try to climb out yourself. I can't be there.
You gotta let certain people navigate out of it.
Yeah, because if you're always the fail safe, then that person is just gonna come rely on you all the time now, you know?
Yeah, it's one of those things that is like, come on, man.
Which side character did you feel the worst for in this movie?
Honestly, the big guy, Donkey Lips.
Yeah, okay, I can see that.
Because, like, yo, not only did he disrespect this man's house, he crashed his dad's car, and that was the crazy thing is his reaction when he threw the ping pong balls out the window. That was just based on the disrespect of him taking the car. He hasn't seen the car or taken inventory of what has actually happened.
Yeah.
You know
I think it was signifying, like when he tossed all the orange ping ball, he goes, I think it was signifying like, you know, this ain't like, you ain't worth it anymore. I've done everything I can to try to help you out. And these orange ping pong balls are an example of the lengths I've gone to try to help you out. And fuck this shit. I don't need it anymore.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, sometimes you got to get to that point as a person. At some point you got to be like, I gotta cut ties. It is what it is.
And I've known people like that people are like, yo, why are you friends with so-and-so? And then they'll say some really fucked up shit like, well, you know, his parents got a big crib and whatever. And I know if I ever need it, I could just get it from him. Like I can manipulate him or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've seen it. We've all seen that high school kid where the dude that is the user will be like, hey man, just take that bottle from your dad's liquor cabinet. You guys are rich, they ain't gonna miss it.
Yeah.
Not knowing that his ass is gonna get beat or his father's gonna go over, like, you know, be the extreme. It's kind of like they assume, like, yo, you got it, fam.
Yeah.
Or like
I hate that shit. I hate
you know what
that
I mean?
phrase, bro. You got it. I'm like, yeah. I got it because I work my ass off for it. I don't mean it's to be spent willy-nilly, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I've had people, you know, did they talk to you and they start saying things, and you're like, oh, okay, I think you're trying to manipulate me into doing something or giving you something that isn't yours. And it's like, just if that's the case, just be honest with me. Just tell me this is what you want. Don't give me this run around. Don't sit there and try to gaslight me into thinking that because I'm a little more well off than you, that it's disposable. Like, nah, bro.
Yeah, like you can't make plans with my with my assets in that way. Like, you know what I mean? It's weird. Yeah. It's weird, and it's like and it's different if it's family and it's like your personal family, but it's like when somebody that you're not even that close.
Yep.
Like the one friend that'll hit you up and be like, yo, man, I need a ride 2 hours away, dog. And then you have to find a way to be like, why do I got to? It's like, come on, man, you got the car. And it's like,
bro, I helped out a friend once who was stranded in New Jersey at her boyfriend's house. And the only reason I came out, because me and her boyfriend at the time, we didn't see eye to eye at all. And the only reason I agreed to help was because she was like, yo, her mom was pissed off that she hadn't been home in a week. And she was like, if I can't get home today, then my mom's saying I can't come visit my boyfriend no more. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I'm laid off from work right now. Whatever. I'll make the drive and shit. So I go down there to pick her up. And next thing you know, her fucking boyfriend flips out on me. Nah, fuck you. You can't be fucking coming to help her out and all this different shit. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to do you a favor because she can't come down here no more if I don't help out. So you know what? Y'all motherfuckers just deal with it.
Oh my God, bro. Like it's crazy. Ain't nothing like a lesson that you learn for just being a nice guy. Mm-hmm. And at some point, I don't even know if this person, I know I am friends with them on social media and everything. And we talk here and there, but there was a person that I used to date way back in the day. Yeah. And there was a situation and you know what? It happens. It had nothing to do with that person. But one of their friends was in need, right?
Yep.
And I was in a position, I was like, out of the love, sure. You know how I am. I'm like, hey, I'll help him out. Yeah. And it was like something crazy. Like the person needed a spot to stay for a few days. And I was like, all right, I got a spare bedroom. And this is when I lived in New York. And the funny thing was, I had just gotten this MacBook back when the MacBooks were all white. Mm-hmm. And this person stays with me for a week or two. And then the day that they rolled out, guess what goes missing? My Mac.
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, what did you, on some oh man, I don't know. I ain't see it. And it's like, dog.
Yeah.
My mom was not there. It was just literally me and you. And that's the one thing that goes missing.
Yeah.
And then it was after that, I was just like, geez, Louise. Really? You didn't burn the bridge. You exploded it. And I felt so bad for the person that I was seeing because they were kind of caught in between.
Yeah.
And it was kind of fuck.
But then it's did you feel the need to, did you feel because of your suspicions and you're pretty much, you don't know.
It was 100% confirmed. It was
but did you feel the need to replace it? The MacBook?
It was mine. So yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if it was someone else's and you're all right.
No, but I had just gotten it. You know what I mean? I was just damn. Yeah. I was so mad. And then it was it sucked, but it was a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Now I put away stuff because I don't want to be in a situation that where this happens. But there's people that there's good friends of mine that have keys to my house. What I mean? That I trust them that much, or that's a different story. But it's if I don't know you, there's certain people that I don't put it past just because I've never really interacted with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now I have friends
and then I'll be transparent. If somebody's like, hey man, I know so and so, and I kind of want to help them out, I preface it everything. I was my experience with this person has been this. I cannot vouch that your experience with them will be the same.
Yeah.
You exactly. know what I
mean? And that's how I always try to preface life is hey, I know this person has a history. But from my bias, he's been nothing but good to me. So I'm gonna view him differently than you might. You know? Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, so Marty Supreme takes place in New York in the 50s. Now there's a specific energy to the city life, and you grew up in New York, so you understand. What do you think people in the suburbs are missing from not experiencing living in a big city, at least for a part of their life?
Bro, the hustle mentality.
But okay, clarify that or elaborate.
Like if he wasn't a piece of shit,
Mm-hmm.
you will respect the hustle. Like, you know what I mean? The whole hustling people in ping pong, the whole like him and Tyler Creator's character, you tell by their interaction that when they're down bad, they know how to dig themselves out in a pinch. And or like, you know, like even the girl thinking quickly on her feet, like having the restaurant owner guy, like, you know what I mean? There's always a grift or a hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I say, I know it's cliche, but it's true. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere because you have like this go-getter mentality.
Yeah.
That you're like, oh, I could do this. This is the reason why, you know, New Yorkers leave New York and they try to start businesses elsewhere because they're like, oh, like this is way easier than it was when in New York. I could do this here. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like you ever heard, you being from Boston, you can kind of like understand
Springfield.
Excuse me, Massachusetts, Springfield.
Yeah.
Like you kind of understand like the hustle energy. Like like I remember when I first moved to Maryland, it was like, oh man, he's a New Yorker. Like, cause like, hey man, like if I see a need for something, I'm gonna try to fulfill that need and make a couple bucks off of it. Like that's it's funny, when me and my wife met, she was like, yo, you have this energy about you that is not negative, but you're constantly like the wheels are turning. Like you're trying to do something, you're trying to like better your situation always. Like it's I think the New York mentality is you trying to make it on a daily basis. And when I say make it, it's like it's like you're not stagnant, like you're trying to constantly improve. And then it's like it's a go-getter attitude that it's hard to explain, that, you know what I mean? Like that's why New York is like, it's a mentality. It's like, oh, like you ever heard the phrase, it's like, oh, he's a New Yorker like me, we kind of think alike. It's not we're brainwashed. It's just like, hey man, like, you know what I mean? Like if I see like this part of me as an adult today, when I make decent money, that I'm like, oh man, like, you know, when it snowed, I was like, man, if I was a younger man, I'd be out there making that money, baby.
Like the shovel, I'd be knocking on these doors trying to make up.
Or like when it gets really hot in the heat wave and you start doing the math, like, okay, it's $4.99 for a pack of 24 waters. If I sell them for $1 or $2 a piece, that's an easy come up. Like I don't know what it is, but like Marty Supreme, he's a highlight of the dark parts of New York mentality that you don't, which is kind of like, it's like you're faking it to make it, but you're also burning motherfuckers on the way up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So I feel like when people live in the suburbs, you know, the proximity between poor and rich is kind of further away. So when you're living in, say, in a neighborhood, you're kind of around people of the same, you know, affluence, and then depending on where you go, you either meet someone richer or someone poorer. Where if you're in the city, you're going to live in close proximity to both ends of the spectrum fairly quickly, so you kind of get to see how, you know, one act of life or one group in life, like how they act, and then how this other group acts, and you can start kind of pick and choose, like, hey, this is the kind of direction I want to go, this is the kind of direction, you know, I want to stay away from. And I think living in the city, there's so much going on and so much access that you can really find yourself in the city. And that's why I think someone like Marty Supreme, who to him found his calling in playing ping pong, you know, like in the city, sometimes you might get someone who works a 9-to-5 day job, but their thing is they're over at Washington Square Park at the chess tables on the weekends. That's where you're going to find them, because that's their thing. And then it allows them, you know, when they're in the city, it allows them to find that. Where I think sometimes if you live in the suburbs, you're kind of like beholden to try to keep up with what's going on in the suburbs. So everything in life is just geared towards holding on to what you have here. Now, me personally, I love living in the suburbs, but I also love living in the city. So it's like, you know, you find different aspects of it that you enjoy, you know?
I think the suburb, it's funny because like if I had a perfect path for anybody in terms of like growth and everything, I think you should you should start off at when you're a child in the suburbs, and then when you're in the prime of your youth, you should always venture out to the big city, no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
And then when you kind of like don't have the energy for the rat race or for the hustle and the grind, then go back to the suburbs and kind of like it's a circle of life, like in terms of like what I believe you live. But like Marty Supreme is the ugly side of the hustle.
Yeah.
Like this is other movie that came to mind. Like it's an old Michael J. Fox movie called For Love or For Money.
Okay.
Where he plays a hotel concierge.
Yep.
Like his hustle is different. Like he's all about like, all right, like you need this, I got you. With the intention that like I might need a favor from you later.
Yep.
And you know, you can reciprocate. Like his is about building a network of people that he's friends with and they love him. And you know, it's a hustle because when he need like so that way he has like his, not his street credit, but his confidence and his character is bankable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you know,
he's gotten enough clout and people behind him that like he can back up whatever he's trying to sell to the next person.
And or if he ever asks somebody for assistance with something, they know that whatever he promises them, he could take to the bank.
Yeah.
Like you know, like for example, like if like in Marty Supreme's thing, he can't go back to anybody in his past and be like, come on, man, I hope you. They'll be like, man, you already did me dirty.
Yeah.
Whereas the character that Michael J. Fox played in this movie, it was like, man, anything for you, dog. Like you golden. You helped me out. I have such positive association with you that whatever you need, and if I got it and I can facilitate you, I got you, bro. No questions asked. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's an example. Like, you ever watch this TV show called Suits?
I know of it because Meghan Markle, but that's about it.
Yeah. No. So the main character, there was the main character. One of them was Harvey Specter, and he was a wheeler and dealer. And like they would have some episodes that it would be him resolving the issue because he helped somebody else out earlier.
Yep.
And like he explained it. He was like, you know what? Like I do things.
Like karma.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you basically have like your karma credit is fully maxed. Like you don't like, you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty sure that you can name right now somebody in your mind and you can think of somebody that if they hit you up, no questions asked. Because you know that number one, they don't go to the well to hit you up ever.
Yep.
And number two, if it's an opportunity, you know that it's important. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like like you ever had a friend or a family member that like, yo, anytime there any single like inconvenience, they hit you up.
Yep.
And then it's like whether it's for financial support or just advice, and it's like, come on, man, you gotta live life without training wheels sometimes. You can't like you can't phone a friend.
Exactly. All right. So speaking of what Marty Supreme, now this movie actually did very well in the box office. I mean, this is your area of expertise, but no, it did very well. And I think it's the most successful A24 movie they've had in theaters. Is this a movie you wish you had seen in theaters, or were you okay just catching it at home on your TV?
You know what? Movies like this, and I know this might sound controversial, I'd rather watch it at home.
Why?
Because there isn't any like cinematography that is like, oh, bro, you got to definitely watch this at the movie theater. Like, you know what I mean? It's not Avatar. It's not, you know, the latest Avengers where you need the.
It's interesting because it doesn't really have that group watch feel to it. Like some movies you want to see in a group because you want everyone to be feeling the same emotion at that same moment, and like everybody's cheering, crying, things like that. Whereas a movie like this, if I would like, I'm okay with seeing this at home, but if I saw it in theaters, I would have to see it with the type of people who appreciate movies, because I'd be very interested in what we're doing now, that car ride and that talk about the movie right after.
Because like the entire time I was like the Dave Chappelle meme, boo this man.
No, but I mean, I feel, but here's the thing. I feel like movies like this, I miss movies like this in theaters, because like sometimes like seeing a deep drama in theaters that has no special effects, it's just a great story. Seeing it in theaters, like it just, I don't know, a great story in theaters, sometimes you leave it like feeling good. You know,
I think this movie upset me in the way because it's too close to reality.
Okay.
In the way that in a movie, you expect a journey.
Yeah.
And you expect some type of redemption of a character.
Yeah.
But in real life, motherfuckers don't change sometimes.
Yeah. Hey,
they just literally back into a situation that forces them to be a different person. Yeah. Like at the end, like when he met the kid, like, yeah, that could be a signal of changing his life. But it's like, this motherfucker's not paying like on a karma level. He's not going to pay for any other fucked up shit that he did.
Yeah.
But then he's going to be a dad and probably be one of those dads like, son, be a good person. Like, man, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
You know what's a life lesson that I feel like people don't take seriously until they, get old enough, is that I think for some people, they don't want to admit that there are some people who just fail up. That's it. Like, I think people want to believe that the cream rises, and a lot of times the cream does rise, but there are people who just keep failing up, and that's a product of life. Life is unfair. Some people will just keep striking out and keep getting that bigger contract because life, I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like his character, and that's what I mean. Like his character, Marty Supreme, was like, he was always put in situations where he could swindle somebody or talk somebody into helping him out. Like every time, for me and you, just one of these situations could possibly fucking send us into the fucking, the ER or some shit, or put us in a situation where we can't come back. This guy kept going from one situation to another where he kept getting opportunities to keep reaching his goal.
Yeah. And then at the end, like people like he lost him. No, he didn't. Bro, you know what's going to happen. Him and his girl are going to move in to his mom's place. His mom is going to be happy because she has a grandson. His girl's going to probably work. Yep. He's going to go back to the shoe store like nothing happened.
And he's going to keep cheating on her.
Yeah, he's going to keep cheating on her and keep being a grifter. And people are going to be like, well, you know what? Marty grew up. And it's like, no, he didn't.
No.
Like, no, he didn't. It's just like there was no life lesson that he learned.
Yeah, I know plenty of guys who, have kids spread around the same city because all they did was just bounce around. And for some reason, they keep finding women that are like willing to, go to bat for them and have kids with them. And I'm like, you see this man's track record. Like, stop making more of them.
I forgot what the name it was. I saw a meme the other day, and it's a term that's been around for a minute, but I just can't remember it. It's like how it's like heterosexual, homosexual. It was like, it's a term for a man that looks for a relationship when it starts getting cold because he's done cheating for the season.
Oh no, I think I've heard that phrase like a couple of weeks ago. God damn it. I know what you're talking about. I know people like that. It's the rainy season. I'm just, I need to go find a woman that's got an umbrella.
Yeah.
All right. So before we get to the end of this episode, as always, we always have our hot takes. It is what we do. It is what we do. I have one in mind for me. You want me to go first, or you want to go first this week?
You can go first.
All right. So the other day, I sent a story on Instagram to a bunch of friends. And it's about this pizzeria in Florida.
Here we go.
With all this cold
weather.
Hold on,
time out. So I wasn't special? You didn't just send it to me?
No, hell no. I needed to get a vast a vast
bro. Like you're funny. You remind me like a girl that's talking to mad dudes, or is like an Instagram model. Like you'll text something.
Because you're just a girl that want to be special.
Yeah, you text me a picture that I'm like, oh, that's cool. But then 10 minutes later, it's a fucking story on it. It was like, fuck this guy.
No. So it's about this pizzeria in Florida with all this cold weather. You know, the iguanas were freezing, and so
and people were picking them up. I heard
bringing them in, and then they was making iguana pizzas. And I sent this story to people, and I asked, "Yo, would you try?" Funny thing is, the only people that said yes were Asian.
That's not funny. They call it a stereotype for that, baby.
it was me, my cousin, and Mia Yim. I was like, yeah, I'd give that a shot. All right, but with that being said, here's my hot take. And you know what? I don't think it's going to be that hot of a take for my Hispanics, but for a lot of other people, it will be. My hot take this week: fried crickets are delicious.
No, I'm good.
Chapalinas, man. Chapolinas. You never had them? You never been to a tequila bar?
That's a different sect of Hispanic. Dominicans don't try weird shit, bro.
That's not weird though. It's only weird from where you're from.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But you said my Latin or Hispanics, bro. That's a different part. Just like people like, yo, come to me. Like you even said, like, you don't like hot food? No, Dominicans do not like hot food.
Bro,
and by hot, I'm not talking about warmth. I'm talking about like spiciness. Like that's not a thing. Like Mexicans and Dominicans and South Americans are different cultures. Like,
I understand that. I'm just saying in a lot of other countries besides the US, insects are a viable source of protein.
That's a hard no.
In this world,
it's a hard no for me. No insect for me, brother.
Bro, you don't know nothing. I can blow your mind. I can blow your mind about some insects. I'm not going to. I don't want to ruin it for you.
But hold on. This is why me and my wife have this long standing conversation. If I ever go to Naked and Afraid and there's no fruit, I die. Like I'm tapping the first week. When these motherfuckers would be like, oh yeah, I found this rat. That shit gonna be like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not Robert Downey Jr. It's like, oh, y'all in for a treat. I used to be a saucier. No, we ain't doing all that, dog. We're not.
Listen, no, but here's the thing. Listen, okay, I introduced my wife and her brother and her cousin to fried crickets. Now, this wasn't that. Listen.
Time out. What's their demographic? We both married into this type of demographic.
Listen,
they're Caucasian. Caucasian people try shit at least once.
No. I think they don't know. No, Caucasians eat chicken tenders and French fries and mac and cheese.
No, Caucasian people, especially if they have a palate, they will try anything. That's how motherfuckers eat. What is it?
What's the stereotype? Hold on. What's the stereotype? They don't season. The biggest stereotype is they get drunk and do gay shit. That's the biggest stereotype.
No. And they also do weird shit like eat what do they call it? They call Rocky Mountain oysters, which is fucking testicles. Nah, bro.
You wouldn't try Rocky Mountain oysters?
I'm good.
Come on, man.
I'm good, dog.
Come on. You ain't never been hungry in your life. That's how I know you ain't never been hungry.
Wait. Hey, dog. You know what? I can eat rice, plain rice.
Oh, plain rice is delicious. You start knowing like this one's jasmine, this is regular white rice, this is parboiled. But no, okay, so I had my wife, her brother, and her cousin. Well, her cousin didn't try it, but my wife and her brother tried it. And we weren't in some weird place that you could try to, it's some far off hidden place that you got to go knock on a door and give a password. We was at a restaurant on Newberry Street in Boston. Okay. And if you go to like a tequila or a mezcal bar, chances are you will find chapalinas on the menu. I'm telling you, it's a bar snack. Try it. It's delicious.
I'm good. I'll take your word for it. I love you, brother.
Some chili lime chapalinas.
Bro, I wouldn't even eat frog legs, bro. Like, come on, dog. Come on. I'm good.
Bro, you know how much good food you're missing?
So I have a buddy of mine.
I'm devastated right now.
Him and his wife were military brat kids, and that military brat kids like their parents either had overseas jobs or something, so they went to like international schools in China. Mm-hmm. And they were telling me about one time that they went out and got drunk and stuff when they were like high school or whatever, and then they would eat rat, and I'm like, I'm good, fam. And it's like, like, you know what I mean? Like,
but that's because you're used to New York fucking subway rats that are eating fucking pipes and trash. Like, these rats are in the wild. It's like catching a squirrel or catching a beaver.
Nah,
bro, you know, in Cambodia, like, one of the national street foods there. I mean, obviously, maybe not in the city, but over there is fried tarantula. Bruh, it tastes like crab. It tastes like crab.
I don't like crabs.
Yeah, look, bro. No, you from Baltimore. You got blue crab.
I'm not from Baltimore. First of all,
you live there. You went there for the blue crab. I know you.
My wife does. They eat that shit. That shit is the most barbaric shit I ever seen eating the food. Taking a motherfucking apart. Like, imagine that's how we eat our other food. Like, just ripping legs off.
Dude, like, for my wife's 25th birthday, my family was in town. We did a seafood boil. We had lobster, crab legs, all that shit. And mind you, we're sitting there just going to town, just fucking cracking the fucking tail off and grabbing the head and all this. And my wife is just sitting there going,
just think about it. When you still eat it, if like when you heard him scream, would you still eat it? You'll probably wear some like noise canceling headphones and still.
I mean, you got to be closer to your food sources, bro.
Listen. You know what's funny? Like, I feel like, and the reason I said this about Caucasian people is because, like, you remember in Demolition Man when Sylvester Stallone goes into the underground, and then Sandra Bullock, they give him a burger, and it's like, that's rat, right? And he's like, oh.
Yeah. It tastes good. Are you one of those people that like
I will die first? Yes.
No.
If we can't have traditional food, I'll be the first motherfucker to die.
No. Are you one of those people that like if I were to give you a burger and you started eating it and it was delicious, then I told you it was some like weird meat?
Don't tell me.
No, but I'm saying if I told you it was some weird meat, you'd spit it out and be like, oh no, it's all of a sudden not delicious anymore.
If I don't like what you said out your mouth, now if you tell me, like, hey, you don't want to know about it, like, or like, ignorance is bliss, dog. Especially with my diet. Hey, don't tell me shit,
bro. Well, I was at the Big E in Massachusetts, and my mom was with me, and I had bought this sausage, and I was like, oh yeah, it's delicious, and I gave it to my mom. She was like, was it good, Mom? She goes, yeah, it's good, and I was like, oh, Mom, that's rattlesnake. She was like, took it out.
First of all, don't ever do that to that saint. Your mom is the nicest person I ever met outside of my mom.
Listen, listen. I love my mama to death, but I have an issue because she will cook certain meats for my dad, but she won't eat them. And I'm like, I don't trust the chef that don't eat the meat. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, man. Like dog. Like, but there's certain things. I'm not super picky. It's like, it has to be like a cultural thing. Like, I eat blood sausage from the side of the street. So like a man will hand you a blood sausage and a piece of bread off the side of a bus to you, and I'm like, that's kosher.
Dude, what is delicious, bro. There's a place in Madrid that's got it's like a 200-year-old restaurant. Really good blood sausage, man.
And it's like people be like, you know what's in there? I was like, I don't care, bro. I like glizzies. That's one of my top favorite food.
Yeah.
Like, do I read the package? No.
You don't know a funny story about that? You ever heard the phrase? You ever heard the phrase people say, hey, you know what hot dogs are made of? Lips and assholes? Yeah. So one time I was at my sister-in-law's house and they had a roast pig.
Yeah.
They got a whole roast pig. And I'm sitting there looking at the pig and I was like, you know what? Hot dogs are made from lips and assholes. I like hot dogs. Let me slice this bottom lip off this pig and take a chomp out that shit. And you know what? Best piece of the fucking pork.
This guy.
Listen, man. Listen.
Guy. I love you, man. I love you. Don't ever change.
Deep fried crickets taste like almonds, bro. Like fried almond. Like, it's it. And you season them, chili lime, a little, maybe some mesquite. Bro, it would change your life.
I don't know. So
I'm gonna make you. We're gonna go get some mezcal, and I'm be like, here, have one.
That sounds weird. You're like, I'm gonna get you some mezcal, get you all liquored up, and and take advantage of your palate. Like, what the fuck? Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Hot take of the week. Hot take of the week is I don't think this movie should beat out any of the other movies in Oscar, like for Academy Award.
Not even for acting?
Yeah. Like, no, just for everything. It shouldn't be movie of the year. It shouldn't be acting. Like, I'm hands down, like, this movie's a no for me, dog. Like, I didn't dislike it.
Yeah.
But it's not better than Sinners. I haven't even seen the Rock's movie, but I feel like
mind you, the Rock's movie was made by the other brother, Benny Safdie.
Yeah.
This one was Josh Safdie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man.
It's okay. So again, I think Sinners is a superior movie.
Mm-hmm.
And if I were voting for Best Actor because of what Michael B. Jordan did in Sinners, I might give it to him, but I don't mind them giving it to Chalamet because, you know, I'm watching this performance. It's really fucking good. And like, here's the thing.
I think he's going to get it because he's literally like, I'm
didn't already come out? No, the Oscars ain't out yet, right? Oscars.
No, it's he's gonna get. It's in March, the first week or second week of March.
Yeah.
I think if you go back to the past winners,
mm-hmm.
the media that the past winners has done, is very, very, very similar to what he's done. And before somebody says, "Well, that's the media that they all do," no. Certain actors don't get invited to a certain show or to a certain interview.
Yep.
And Chalamet has been what it seems to be like a victory lap that he's been doing. You know what I mean?
Well, because I think people are looking at his performance and they're like, you know, it's a really good performance. It's like some of the emotional scenes, like okay. And like I said, I had this conversation with a friend of mine after watching 8 Mile. And I was like, yeah, Eminem was actually really good in 8 Mile. And he's like, what you talking about? He's just playing himself. Like, I could do that. And I'm like, no, because you think when you're watching this person that, oh, yeah, that's what I would say. That's how I would act. But like, first of all, he's not saying that. That's a script that was written that he's also got a camera in his face, a crew behind him. Like, there's a lot of stuff you got to try to drown out and tune out in order to get into a moment. So like, people don't give actors that kind of credit. And like, in this movie, like you see, he looks like a strung out dude who's like literally on the edge trying to, you know, get what he wants out of life. And like doing that with all that other shit around, it's crazy.
And also there was a couple lines that he said that I was like, what a dick. Like when he was talking to what's her name? Gwyneth Paltrow's character. Yeah. And she said something like, "You're a kid," but he turned around and said, "But you're old enough to fuck me, though," like, or something to that effect. And I was just like,
"It's like fuck you,"
like,
yeah, like, no, it's bro. It's exactly. He's a fuck boy, but like, yeah, I can see that.
Stealing her necklace, I felt like it was karma when he got there. It was like, oh, this is costume jewelry. I was like, fuck yeah, like I think that was one of the times that I cheered. Or when he lost to the Asian guy in the beginning, I was like,
when he was getting spanked.
That right there tells me that, you know what, this motherfucker, if the guy was like, yeah, the tour's back on, but you got to do one thing.
Yeah.
He would have done it.
I feel like, again, that's those things that happen in those closed doors where you got a room full of people. You're just like, you know, how bad do you want it? And I'm not saying it's wrong or right. I'm saying it's a product of life. Like that, people take advantage of other people in less.
And then he'll martyr himself and be like, I did what I had to do. Like, no, if you did what you had to do, you would have not been in that position.
Yeah.
Like, again, let's go all the way back to you wanting to stay at a hotel and then doubling down saying like, hey, I'll pay for these people's food and stuff like that. So that's
FedEx.
Like, bro.
Jesse over here yelling at FedEx guy.
Hey, FedEx guys, sometimes they need to be screamed at, bro. Fuck those guys.
Anyways, final thoughts on. Clearly your hot take is your final thoughts on fucking Marty Supreme.
It wasn't a bad movie. I just didn't not like if I could ask and if I could interview the director and I'd be like, hey, was my takeaway, was I supposed to think he redeemed himself at the end? And if he says yes, I'd be like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't. You know what I mean? That's the thing. I don't think he was necessarily supposed to be redeemed. I just think it was like a, you know, I just think it was a shitty character. You're
like,
watching this
even
guy,
when he's crying when he's seeing the kid, I felt like that wasn't like I was like, there's an angle to this. Like, you know what I mean? There's an angle. It has to be an angle. Yeah. Like I didn't believe that he cared about the girl when he got there. He was kind of like, oh, let me this is my new role now. Let me fall into this because this is what people want. So that way I could get myself to a point that I can use people again. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let me fall back and do what it's supposed to. Like, even the entitlement, he's like, oh, I'm the father. Oh, I'm more like, bro, even the simple act, like he took that black girl's visitor's chair, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, this guy is a piece of shit.
I like the movie. These are those type of movies that just, again, not everybody's gonna like. I don't think it deserves all the awards it's getting, but I do like the acting in it. But yeah, no, I think it's worth watching, but it's definitely for the layperson, for a regular, but for someone who's not a cinephile, they're gonna watch this movie and just be disappointed. That's what I think. So
I mean, watch it if anything, just to get behind the hype. That's why we watched it. At least me. I was just like, all right. They keep talking about this movie. Like my wife listens to certain podcasts, and the podcast was like they were talking to Gwyneth Paltrow, and like she just spent 20 minutes talking about this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's like, first of all, she lied herself in the podcast saying this is my first movie in 10 years. No, you was in Avengers Endgame. It was like 7 years ago. Like,
she forgets that she's in which Avengers movie. I think for a lot of them, they just tune those out. They're like, those are money things for them. I don't know.
But anyways,
all right. Well, that's the latest episode of Sarat and Chris's Movie Therapy Podcast featuring Marcos. It's your boy Sarat, aka Makazi.
It's your boy Marcos, aka at the Sunset Kid 56.
All right, come back to us next week, and we'll have another movie on the horizon. I think we're jumping right back into Marcos's trilogy of fucked up movies from the 80s.
Yep.
All right.
We'll catch you next time.
I'm a warrior.